beginner tech. Here we go. I suggest sticking around even if you know these, because I'll be going into how to do each of them consistently. The timestamps for each technique will be in the description. Hammer flying is the technique used to gain height with another tee. The top tee hooks and the bottom one hammers. To do this consistently, the top tee needs to hold hook and quickly re-hook after getting hammered twice. The bottom tee needs to hammer as soon as he sees the top tee rise after bouncing off of him. In order to fly straight up, it's easier to line yourself against the same wall as your friend. If you're in a one-tile gap, make sure to shoot the wall you want to align yourself against so your friend can follow. If you're not aligned against the same wall, this will happen. You can also start a hammer fly from anywhere by being next to your friend and hooking and jumping with no directional input at the same time. Because of the time it takes to set up, do your first rehook after the first hammer. In order to drive the hammer fly and steer your direction, you need to tap A and D with the strength of an ant's hair. The best timing for those presses is when you just got hammered. Pressing it twice per hook cycle will let you go pretty quickly in a certain direction, but you'll need to balance it out by not pressing any direction for at least one hammer hit. This is all relative to how long you press the directional key, but don't worry, you'll very quickly get a feel for what you need to do to keep the fly stable. A hammer run allows you to cross wide freeze sections with low height. To do a hammer run, the two tees must first be close to each other. Then, the tee who is the furthest away from the freeze will start running, which will prompt the front tee to also run. Then, the back tee needs to hammer just before the front one enters the freeze. The front one does not need to jump. In fact, jumping will make you lose out on some distance due to bonking your head on the ceiling. If you're the back tee, make sure you stop running just after hammering. This is important because if you failed the hammer run and you didn't stop running, you'll both be in the freeze and you will fail the map. In harder maps, you can use a hammer run and jump at the last second to get a lot of height and speed when you don't have enough room to do the next technique, tee throw. This is the simple act of using your hammer to throw another tee somewhere. There is a lot of depth to this, and you have a lot of control over the angle and speed of your throws. If you're starting out, I suggest not double jumping. Instead, jump straight up, hook the other tee, and at the last second, move backwards and hammer. This will let you get used to the timing. If you can't seem to hit the other despite feeling like your timing is right, try turning on anti-ping in your options under the DDNet tab. Once you're comfortable with it, try adding a double jump to add more force to your throws. Then, you can start from further away to throw sideways. If you're the one being thrown sideways, you can hold a direction starting from the moment you get hit in order to get a lot of speed. This is sometimes used instead of doing a hammer run due to how much safer it is. Here's a quick one. Dummy dragging is the simple act of dragging another tee who is hooked on a wall or ceiling downwards for them to be able to reach another area. A hook on another tee lasts 1.25 seconds, so if you're the one hooking downwards, make sure to quickly re-hook every second or so. If you're the one being dragged, you can help your friend by holding a direction. But don't quickly alternate directions, as it will make you harder to hook. Using a rocket launcher in your jump to gain incredible height is called rocket jumping. The timing for this is shooting your rocket about a millisecond after jumping. Jumping in DDNet resets your momentum, so if you jump after the rocket explodes, you'll cancel all your momentum and simply do a regular double jump. For the double rocket jump, you need to shoot straight up. Then, time your jump to be a millisecond before the rocket touches the ground, as well as shooting straight down at the moment of impact. You'll get varying heights depending on how well you timed everything. While we're here, I'll also mention that you can shoot diagonally downwards on walls in order to keep getting more height. You can't do this forever, but combining this with a double rocket jump will let you go up pretty far. On top of that, if you still have your double jump, indicated by the color of your feet, you can do a normal rocket jump on the wall like so. This gives you a second wind to climb the wall even longer. Alright, so this isn't a technique per se, but there's a few mechanics about the hook that you should be aware of. Hooking will simply drag you to wherever your hook lands. In order to climb walls, it's easier to hold the direction opposite of the wall to lean away from it and keep more speed. This also makes it easier to vault over the ledge. If you want to gain speed with the hook, here's a nice little image from the player Pathos, which explains what direction to press. In short, the hook will take into consideration your current velocity and multiply it according to where you hook and what direction you're pressing. This means that this is the optimal way to get as much speed as possible from the hook. First, you have to press the direction opposite to where you want to go as you swing around, and switch direction when you reach 90 degrees in order to start gaining speed. Then, you release as you're at the complete bottom of the arc. This is extremely useful to cross certain freeze sections. Remember that hooking takes into consideration your velocity, so if there's terrain that allows you to hook yourself downwards beforehand, use that to your advantage. Another useful thing to know is that swinging indoors is inconsistent. Try to release and re-hook before doing a full swinging arc to keep control of your swing, all while holding the appropriate direction. I'll go into more details about how to fit through one-tile gaps in the advanced tech video. I hope this helped, and here's a sneak peek of some of the tech I'll cover in part 2.